I started off being able to do one pull-up. I went to Demi and Nic because I kind of hit a plateau. Calisthenics is like a stress reliever for me. When I do it, I feel like nothing else in the world matters. And now I'm here where I am now and I'm way fucking stronger.
It is kind of like daunting going into it because you kind of have those worries about like not gonna like do well in the training and all that. But honestly, even if you're a beginner, just doing the smallest bits, the smallest techniques, start realizing how your body like functions.
The only equipment you need is generally yourself. If I come back home late and the gym's shut, I can still get something in, and it still is a sense of fulfillment because you have some parameters within your control.
Alright, so I'm with Hana. We're at the first competition that you've ever done. Honestly, I just want to talk a little bit about your journey so far. You're super new to Cali. This is like your first ever basically impression of like what a Cali comp looks like and how it feels to compete. What made you really interested in bodyweight training?
I'm Hana, and I met Demi through dance, and I just wanted to have more control of my body and my movement, and a lot of that comes from strength and control, and I felt like that was what I was lacking at the time. And I've been thinking about it for like over a year. I think it was last March where I finally asked like how to get into it. And then I got into the StrengthFlow program. It's a really good atmosphere, and it's really inspiring today because I'm like at the start of my journey, and there's these like people who have been like years in the game around me, which is like really nice to see.
What was that main thing you were struggling with, or like what was the main obstacle you were having that was preventing you from getting started by yourself?
For me, I had tried like multiple times to get in the gym. I think it was like 3 different times I tried, and it was usually at the 1.5 month mark, 2 month mark, I would just lose consistency. And it's mainly to do with the fact that I didn't have a structured plan to how I was working out. I didn't really have discipline when it came to what times I'm working out, and like just like little mental boosters to like get myself out of like workout slumps. So yeah, when I came to Demi, I was like, how do you get over all these things?
What was it that we did that helped you connect to it a little bit more?
I mean, from the get-go, we had like a really long talk about what my goals were for the 3 month mark. We talked about what was realistic, what it would take from me, what you guys would provide in terms of like just like correcting my form, and that was a big thing as well. I wasn't sure if I was doing movements correctly. It was always the little motivation throughout the week, and like the check-ins every week, and the workout sessions. There's also like other people in the program as well, which boost you along as well. I think all of that really helped me keep going, because if not, I think 2 months ago I would have stopped again.
What would you say to somebody in your position right now who might be experiencing similar things that you were experiencing before in terms of that real struggle to get going? What would you say to them to enlighten them, to give them a bit of your perspective on how to overcome those obstacles that they've got in their life?
In my experience, I definitely had the misconception that you needed to be strong to start calisthenics, and that like I needed to get into the gym first before I even thought about trying calisthenics. But what's becoming really clear to me is calisthenics is how you get strong. Yeah. And I think it's a big mental block to constantly be comparing yourself to other people in the dance scene and the Cali scene. As long as you focus on running your own race and just doing what feels good for your body, and knowing that you have potential you haven't even touched yet, I feel like calisthenics really unlocks that. And I'm only at the start of my journey, so for me to be saying that, that's how you know it's doing a lot for my self-esteem as well.
So I'm here with Pip, one of the top athletes, and to be honest with you, bro, I want to chat to you because you've got a really unique journey. You've been training since the beginning of 2025, right? You've done a full year of training, and you know firsthand what it feels like to begin from absolute scratch. This idea of self-belief, right, to transcend the limiting beliefs that you've got. What were those limiting beliefs that you had, and then how did you overcome those limiting beliefs?
My name is Joab Alban. So I started 2025 in January. It wasn't the year that I was meant to start calisthenics. I was actually meant to start prior years, but I kept repeating every year, I'm gonna start next year, I'm gonna start next month. I never kept my word. I got so tired of not, being a man of my word, and I gave it all. I gave my everything, I proper locked in, and I'm telling you, if you're just looking for 3 months, you see results. In terms of the limiting beliefs, I had so many limiting beliefs. You know how hard I am on myself, right? And that was detrimental. With calisthenics, what helped me was, you can literally do anything if you really put that raw power into it. And I've realized that you may be one positive thought away from unlocking something. You just have to like change that mindset, that perspective, and you go far. I used to be so shy when I was a kid, but then I realized that for me to improve myself, I need to expose myself, you know, like going to these places that it's not that comfortable. I have to be comfortable at being uncomfortable. And that's what calisthenics did for me. When my mind used to be all over the place, right? Calisthenics, just doing a hands and help me to stay present. So yeah, that's my journey, and I'm still on the journey, and I will go really far, to be honest. And yeah, thanks man for all the workouts, or just being cool, man, for the vibes.
What would you say to somebody that is in your position with the same limiting beliefs? What would you say to them?
So I'm talking to my younger me, yeah, 22 for me, bro. You gotta stay locked in, bro. Stay locked in, bro. Like, you keep on talking and talking, you're gonna do that, you're gonna do the other thing, and you never do it, bro. What's wrong with you, bro? Just don't think twice. Because coming from someone that used to overthink so much, right now the dopamine might not be in training, but once you transfer that dopamine into training, it just becomes more fun. And once it becomes more fun, you start doing it, it becomes a habit, then it becomes a lifestyle. Remember, it starts from today. 1 year is gonna pass anyways, right? Do you want it to pass by with no change or with a change? I want it to pass by with a change. Yeah. Therefore, I gave my all. You know me, bro. Like, I proper gave my 100%. And 1 year passed and I was different.
You fucking killed it as well. Goosebumps.
I'm Cassie, 20, been training with Demi and Nic since Jan this year. I've been a swimmer for too many years, so I had a pretty good like body weight foundation. Body weight training is like, there's a lot more freedom in it, which makes the enjoyment a lot higher. I started learning movements that I didn't even think were a thing, to be honest. I didn't even know they were possible. It's very addictive as well, definitely. I mean, everyone here, I think, could probably say the same thing.
What do you think that first obstacle was that you were facing?
The biggest thing for me was structure, because I work and I've got uni. It was just difficult to fit it into that time frame. I couldn't make that myself, and there's so much out there that's like, it's hard to differentiate what's quality and what's not.
What would you say to other adults that struggle to start training, struggle to start viewing exercise in a positive light? What would be your advice as someone who is innately active?
I mean, the hardest part is always starting. If you find someone that holds you accountable for doing your training within the first month of training, it just sets you off. Like, after that, it becomes addictive. It becomes like, how can I do my life without this?
Top tier. Maryam's been with us for over a year. She is one of our top clients, to say the least. And she's had a crazy transformation, and you've gone from having a decent foundation to basically being an absolute beast and machine.
What interested me in calisthenics initially was I just wanted to get stronger, and obviously I turned to bodyweight movement because at the time I did judo, and I just thought it made sense to do calisthenics rather than something like lifting. It's also the fact that it's really convenient. You can just do it outdoors without any equipment.
Yeah.
So initially I started out with doing like push-ups. I couldn't do pull-ups, so I did banded pull-ups, but I started off being able to do one pull-up. I went to Demi and Nic because I kind of hit a plateau, and now I'm here where I am now, and I'm way fucking stronger. Yeah.
What were the main things you were struggling with?
I didn't struggle with motivation because calisthenics is like a stress reliever for me, and when I do it, I feel like nothing else in the world matters and just me and the bars, and like you just feel like peace in that moment, you know what I mean? But what I did struggle with was obviously programming. I didn't have too much knowledge on that, so having something to follow just made it a lot easier.
When I first met you, I remember you were fearful, right? And that fear is a big part of like that self-belief and trust is probably the biggest thing that people gain with like connecting to your body. I just want to relate that to something deeper, which is you're an artistic person too. Because you're artistic, you understand how important that self-trust is in being able to express yourself and being able to trust that connecting with your body is going to get you results, and that you're going to actually be able to do these crazy things that these guys are doing in the back and that you can do, right? How did we help you get over that fear in this context?
The one thing I really enjoy about having Demi and Nic as coaches is they really actually believe in you. They mean what they say when they tell me like, oh, you have more in you. I also believe it myself. I feel like that fear is always going to be like lingering, like even when you're advanced and you slowly care less about it. Because deep down, you know it's just an irrational fear because you've achieved so much.
Thank you for that, Maryam. You're a fucking legend. Fucking legend, Maryam. Diego, your journey's been really, really like interesting because we came in, right? We had a slow start. It took some work to get into the routine of training and to get used to what calisthenics feels like. Because right now, I can't lie, bro, you're in your prime. You're in your fucking prime. Tell me a bit about what that journey's been like so far.
I think overall it's just been very rewarding because, like, as you mentioned before, I came into like StrengthFlow and Calisthenics with like a pretty decent base, but I was lacking the power, lacking some technique in some areas. You guys have helped me kind of focus less on technique and more about intensity, and like whilst also making sure the technique is right, just kind of pumping up the power, pumping up the speed,
Pushing past those
pushing past those limits, and just like just going sky high basically.
For somebody who's maybe feeling hesitant about starting training and not sure about the fulfillment that they would get from understanding their body on this micro level, what would you say to them to get them over the line, to tell them about your journey and your transformation? What would you say to them to get over those obstacles and those ways of thinking?
It is kind of like daunting going into it because you kind of have those worries about like, I'm probably not gonna like do well in the training and all that. But honestly, even if you're a beginner, just doing the smallest bits, the smallest techniques, and just leveling up carefully, you start realizing how your body like functions. Now, the 3 months have gone by, I'm just like, I gotta keep going, man.
I love it.
It's insane.
Let's fucking go, bro. Yeah. Ananya, like, first of all, you're our longest client. Ananya is our longest ever client.
Demi and I met in 2022 at UCL when he was president of Calisthenics Society, and I was just there because I wanted to get ripped. We kept in touch a little bit after uni and started my job. Kept on pestering him on text, and he came back saying, actually, we're starting taking on clients, and would you like to join? To which I said, oh, hell yeah.
I think what's unique about your schedule is that the biggest things we've had to overcome are things like burnout, things like working around those different commitment changes. So how specifically has bodyweight training played a part within that type of lifestyle that you've got, which is very focused around high performance, around making sure that you're career driven? How does training integrate well within that?
It's one of two things. One is because the only equipment you need is generally yourself and maybe a bar or some parallettes. It's very flexible. So if I come back home late and the gym's shut, I can still get something in, and it still is a sense of fulfillment because you have some parameters within your control. But also secondly, because it's like high performance at work and you're trying to bring that into other aspects of your life, it just means that progress is then easier to track. But also the community aspect of it, because nothing really motivates you more than the community once you're no longer at uni or you spend a lot of time with your colleagues. It's just people who want to do well with their body, be healthy, and just be supportive. And I think that's really definitely helped me with at least the mental aspect of it as well.
So many people these days, especially in the context that you're in, struggle to keep that lifestyle up, struggle to have a balanced focus on having their health maintained alongside progressing in their career, right? We see it all the time. How exactly has that coaching helped you, and what exactly have we done to help you manage that?
I think you guys have known when to apply pressure at the right times. I think it's been very supportive, 100%, but there's also the right level of motivation. I think, for example, having checked in with you guys, having shown up for a couple of sessions, there's always a gentle nudge to, what's going on, keep us updated on your training. And there isn't that level of guilt of, I should go back and I should be doing this, and you're like pushing me in a negative way. It's always coming from an angle of, we want to help you improve together. And because it feels like a team almost, because the name of the group chat's Team StrengthFlow, all of your messages are signed off Team StrengthFlow. Yeah. So feeling like I'm part of a team makes me want to do it for the team and not just for myself.
Thank you so much. The documentary, what a great day. Absolutely crazy, guys. I'm so proud of every single one of you. We've got Maryam, second place in advanced preliminary. Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you to myself.
Job hitting PRs in intermediate male. Let's go. What's it? How many pull-ups again? 18 pull-ups, bro. Nuts. Hana, you smoking your PRs. Those rows, you doubled what you were thinking you were going to go for, right? Come on now. Diego, bringing on the fucking dub. Let's go. Let's go. Ananya, third place, right?
Third place.
Come on. And those rows, they said it was the best form they'd seen on the day with the rows. I was top tier form, top tier. The StrengthFlow way. Sahil, absolutely cooking the muscle up, beating your PR from last year. Let's go, 14. And Cassie doing an absolute madness with pull-ups, beating her PR, and the dips. 23 dips. Can help me. Come on, let's bring it together. 3, 2, 1. StrengthFlow!